This is the Raleigh Research Triangle. By 2035, this region will be unrecognizable, partly because we have massive, mind-blowing developments coming up that will change everything. We're talking $8.9 billion in biotech investment, a completed outer beltway loop, reshaping commutes, and suburban towns pretty much tripling in size. In a decade, things are going to look pretty different around here. We may even become one of America's top 5 tech hubs. I'm Brett Davis, your trusted Triangle real estate expert, and today I'm taking you through what Raleigh may look like by 2035. Okay, first, I want to lay out just how enormous this growth is going to be. The Raleigh-Durham Metro is projected to hit 3.45 million residents by April of 2035, adding more than 350,000 new neighbors to our current population. This makes our area one of the fastest growing metros in the entire country. Wake County is leading this charge. We're looking at approximately 1.36 million people by 2030 and climbing toward 1.6 million by 2040. Right now, Wake County is adding roughly 51 people every single day. Think about that for a second. Every single day, we're welcoming the population equivalent of a small apartment building. But here's what gets me excited about this growth. Most of North Carolina's expansion through 2035 is coming from in-migration. So these are professionals, young talent, and entrepreneurs actively choosing to move here. But what's interesting is that this growth is mostly happening in the suburbs. Clayton is actually one of the region's fastest growing municipalities. The population increased 23.57% from 2020 to 2025, now reaching 32,000 people. The town anticipates reaching 50,000 residents by 2050, and here's the kicker. The suburb has almost 10,000 residential units in some form of development process right now. That's huge. But that's not all. They're right in what's called the Biopharma Crescent, so close to Research Triangle Park. Plus, they've got available land that other suburbs just don't have anymore. Hold that thought though, we'll come back to this in a minute. Then there's Fuquay-Varina, which has absolutely taken off. The town's population jumped 53% over 7 years to reach approximately 28,000 residents. They're adding about 2,000 people every year and planning for a future population exceeding 50,000 by 2035. More than 7,000 new housing units have been approved across 51 residential projects currently being built or in development. Now, Apex's current population is close to 77,000 people as of 2025, mostly fueled by the massive Viridia development I'll get to later. And then there's Cary, with roughly 85 to 90% of developable land already built or approved. Cary is projected to grow from around 188,000 people today to around 220,000 people by 2035. The town has had a consistent growth rate of 2 to 2.5% over the past 17 years and ranks as the 7th largest municipality in North Carolina. Wake Forest, Wendell, Zebulon, and Knightdale are also coming up as cheaper outer ring suburbs, pretty much absorbing that demand from more expensive western communities. And later we'll talk about price points, but first I want to show you about the major projects we're getting in the near future. Speaking of transformation, let me talk about the single most important infrastructure project happening right now, Complete 540. This is the game changer for the entire region. Phase 1 opened to traffic in September of 2024, extending the Triangle Expressway roughly 18 miles from Apex to Garner. This segment has already recorded 17 million transactions, showing you just how much need there was for this update. Phase 2 construction is underway and scheduled for completion in fall of 2028. This 10-mile segment will connect I-40 to the existing I-540 in Knightdale, finally completing the whole outer loop around Raleigh. As this happens and each phase opens, it fundamentally reshapes regional connectivity. So think about reduced commute times and even more development in isolated areas. The outer loop will connect Clayton, Fuquay-Varina, Holly Springs, Apex, Cary, Garner, Knightdale, and Raleigh. But the infrastructure story doesn't stop there, not even close. Raleigh-Durham International Airport is executing an an ambitious Vision 2040 master plan encompassing approximately $2.5 billion in improvements to accommodate passenger traffic expected to double to 30 million by 2050. The signature capital project, replacing the primary runway with a new 10,000-foot runway, with construction expected to be completed in 2029. The airport recently added international service to Toronto, Vancouver, Montego Bay, and Punta Cana. This expansion is great because it actually supports the tech industry's need for international talent. And when I talk about the job landscape, you'll understand the real importance of all of this. Before I do, I want to remind you to subscribe to my channel right now, because as you'll see, now is the time to get strategic. So you really need all the information that you can get. And don't hesitate to reach out to me with the contact information in the caption for a personalized strategy to buying or selling your home here. Okay, now, what's driving all this growth? Short version, jobs. High-tech jobs. Let me break it down. North Carolina ranks as the number 8 state for total tech industry employment growth from 2018 to 2023, and tech jobs increased nearly 31% in the last 5 years. The Triangle region specifically hosts more than 4,000 technology companies and 600 life science companies, with over 60,000 tech workers. Big numbers again. The region is literally becoming one of the nation's fastest growing tech hubs, right by Austin and other booming markets. Research Triangle Park alone houses more than 300 companies employing 55,000 workers plus an additional 10,000 contractors. The park is also North Carolina's largest research park. But you know what's really cool? The life sciences boom. The region now has 600 plus biotech companies employing 42,000 plus workers. Since 2018, nearly 30 life sciences companies have invested $8.9 billion into the region and promised to create nearly 7,000 new jobs. These numbers are pretty mind-blowing when you really think about the impact that they'll have on our local economy. Biogen announced a $2 billion expansion in July of 2025 to modernize and expand its Research Triangle Park manufacturing footprint over the next 3 years. Eli Lilly is also investing $450 million to expand its Research Triangle Park manufacturing facility. This will create at least 100 new jobs, with production expected to be fully operational by 2027. And you've got other major players like Merck with a $1 billion vaccine manufacturing facility in Durham, Amgen with a $1 billion biologics manufacturing facility in Holly Springs, and Pfizer expanding the Sanford gene therapy site. Overall, what makes all this even better is that the Raleigh-Durham area has ranked the number 2 biomanufacturing market in the country by JLL. That's the triangle difference right there. Before we go back to the RTP innovation, let's shift gears and speak about the suburban transformation. Now, I'll be honest, the suburban transformation happening right now is unlike anything I've seen in my career and the whole time I've been living here. These communities are completely reimagining themselves. Let me start with Fuquay Varina. It's become Southwest Wake's industrial and residential powerhouse. What I love about this town is how it's balancing both worlds perfectly. The Gold Leaf Crossing Shopping Center broke ground in 2025, and Target's opening there in spring 2026 as the anchor. But the highlight here is Academy Village, this gorgeous development announced in June of 2025 with about 300 Class A apartments and 54 luxury townhomes, plus a 52,000 square foot Lowe's Foods opening in 2027. First residents should move in by early 2027. On the industrial side, Fuquay Varina is attracting advanced manufacturing that supports life sciences and pharma, tying perfectly into that biopharma crescent we talked about earlier. Now, let's talk about Apex. If you think what's happening in Fuquay is impressive, wait until you hear about Viridia. This is a $3 billion, 1,000-acre master-planned community. It's actually one of the largest mixed-use developments in North Carolina history. RXR Realty bought the site for $91 million back in February of 2023 and partnered with Lennar and Wake Tech. Picture this: around 1,500 apartments, 1,100 townhomes and single-family homes, a massive Wake Tech campus, retail space, and a new elementary school. Site work started in 2024, with first move-ins expected by late 2026. And here's the game changer. In July 2025, UNC and Duke announced plans for a $3 billion joint children's hospital right within Viridia. I'll be speaking more about UNC later on too. Clayton's growth story is all about strategic positioning. It's in the biopharma crescent with easy access to Research Triangle Park, and major employees like Grifols, Novo Nordisk, and Caterpillar are creating thousands of jobs. And Cary, it had a glow up. It literally evolved from a bedroom community into a tech and innovation hub. With about 82% of land already developed or approved, they're getting creative with mixed-use developments, adding density while keeping that high quality of life and excellent schools that families love. I'll be speaking of the amazing quality of life upgrades later, so stick around for that. Before I do, I want to show you how the downtown and RTP hub are also changing. What's happening in these spots is remarkable. Let me tell you about this transformation because it's going to blow your mind. Starting with Hub RTP, which is a $1.5 billion transformation creating Research Triangle Park's first true downtown district on 100 acres. You've got up to 1 million square feet of modern office space and lab space, 1,200 luxury apartments, a Marriott Renaissance hotel, restaurants, retail, you name it. Plus 16 acres of green space connecting to more than 20 miles of trails. If you love the outdoors, this is also really cool. The $75 million Horseshoe at Hub RTP opened in 2024 as the central gathering place. We're talking over 35,000 square feet of food and beverage spots, public art, and amazing programming. The restaurant scene here is getting even more exciting. Drift Coffee and Kitchen just opened in November of 2025 with this gorgeous coastal vibe. Nanny Goat is already open. It's a boutique bodega by James Beard nominated chef Preeti Was. And coming soon, Chini for contemporary Indian cuisine, Prime STQ bringing barbecue meat steakhouse, and Difara Pizza Tavern, plenty of options for you out there. And in early 2025, RTP companies approved covenant modifications. This enables RTP 3.0, a 50-year vision creating a 15-minute city where you can walk or bike to everything you need. Over in Midtown Raleigh, or North Hills, Kane Realty's North Hills Innovation District is transforming 33 acres where tech, life sciences, and entrepreneurship come together. Phase 1 includes an office tower, plus luxury apartments at Channel House and St. Albans Lofts. Standard Beer Plus Food is coming fall of 2025 with the largest outdoor space North Hills has ever seen. Good Graces is already open too. It's got coffee and breakfast by day, bites and drinks by evening. And downtown Raleigh itself, the numbers are unbelievable. According to the 2025 State of Downtown Raleigh report, we're looking at $8.3 billion in development since 2015. Downtown has added nearly 6,000 new residential units, doubling the population to over 10,000 residents. Before I talk about the housing market, I've got 3 more awesome projects I want to touch on really quickly. The Weld is a $700 million, 1,200 unit mixed-use development right on the edge of Dorothea Dix Park. 2 20-story towers with 675 apartments are welcoming residents in summer of 2025 with ground floor retail connecting to the park. Rockaway Raleigh is Kane Realty's development next to Dix Park, bringing luxury apartments across 3 buildings with a total of 885 residential units. And here's the one that's really going to change our Skyline. Turnbridge Equities broke ground fall of 2025 on a $200 million 37-story luxury residential tower at the historic Pine State Creamery site on Glenwood Avenue. At 37 stories, it'll be Raleigh's tallest residential building when it's complete in 2028. Speaking of residential, I know what you're thinking. With all this growth, what's going on with the home prices? The Raleigh-Durham housing market has actually entered a more balanced phase after years of fast appreciation. Wake County's median sales price for October of 2025 was around $465,000. For Raleigh specifically, the median home price is around $420,000. Here's what I think is most important. Homes in Raleigh are spending around 44 days on market on average, a significant increase from 2024. Housing inventory has increased 24% year over year. This means buyers have more breathing room and more options to choose from. Properties are selling at 98% of the asking price, meaning sellers still maintain pricing power but with less room for above asking offers than in previous years. The bidding war frenzy has definitely cooled off. Now, here's where the value zones come into play. Outer suburbs like Fuquay-Varina have a median price of about $450,000. Clayton medians are around $385,000 and Zebulon around $344,000. These are great options for buyers wanting more space at lower price points. Cary and Apex have premium prices at around $580,000 and $625,000 respectively. These higher price tags represent established amenities and highly ranked schools. But the thing is, the market has shifted from the extreme seller's market to a more balanced environment. Buyers now have more time to shop, negotiate repairs and closing costs, and avoid bidding wars in most segments of the market. However, homes priced competitively and in move-in conditions still move pretty quickly, especially under $500,000. But when you see what all this growth can offer for your future and your future home's equity, you'll understand why. Overall, what really sets the Triangle apart in 2035 won't be just the jobs or the housing, it's going to be the quality of life. Cities across the Triangle are getting transit-oriented development zoning along proposed rail corridors and creating those cool mixed-use centers near downtown spots. Hub RTP is a great example of that. Raleigh already had over 180 miles of greenways and over 9,000 acres of parks. If you love the outdoors, you've got Raleigh's capital area greenway system with over 100 miles of trails and 28 different trails. This makes it easy to enjoy the outdoors without ever getting in your car. The transformation of Dorothea Dix Park into a world-class urban park is also driving economic development and quality of life improvements, as well as the Gibson Play Plaza. It opened in June 2025, featuring sensory mazes, water play, climbing towers, and even artistic installations. This is actually the largest adventure playground in the Southeast. You'll never get bored here. And the RTP 3.0's 15-minute city concept is also incredible because your essential services and amenities could be accessible within a short walk or bike ride. On another note, the region also benefits from deep partnerships among Duke University, UNC Chapel Hill, Wake Forest University, and NC State University. These bring in sustainability initiatives, research, and talent pipeline development throughout the Triangle. So what does this all add up to? By 2035, the Research Triangle will have totally transformed. It'll go from a collection of suburban communities and an isolated research park into an integrated, multi-centered metropolitan region. Also up there with the nation's top economic centers. You've got the walkability, mixed-use development, all the tech, and biotech hub growth. And don't forget the completion of I-540 in 2028, which will definitely reshape regional connectivity. You'll get reduced commute times and much more freedom to roam around the area. Pair that with the population growth and residential expansion, and we've got a very exciting recipe for a successful future. The bottom line is the Research Triangle in 2035 will be unrecognizable in the best way possible. And honestly, the decisions you make today about where to live and where to invest will determine how much you benefit from this growth. And I can absolutely help you capture that. Just reach out to me at hello@davisandmain.com today. I work with buyers and sellers throughout the Triangle, and I'd love to help you find your perfect spot in this fantastic area. But don't leave just yet. If you want to know which specific Triangle neighborhoods are going to see the most ROI from this surge, check out my video linked on the screen. I'm breaking down the exact areas where smart investors are putting their money right now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.